all we have accomplished over the last 3.5 months, and it should be fun sharing your research work, your solution approach with the rest of the teams, and also our distinguished panelists that I have invited, Mr. Paul Blake. He is CIO and Executive Vice President from Generational Equity. Paul has been our guest speaker from time to time for my project management class, and I'm really very thankful that every time I need some help, guidance, he is always ready to help SMU, especially the EMIS department. So let's welcome him. And also, I'm very, very pleased and actually proud to have Mr. Jason Boudreau, CIO and Executive Vice President from Altair Global Relocation. At least there are two teams. There are at least two teams who have come to know him up close, and he's also become a favorite of our class as a guest speaker, especially on the agile project management. So I just stay away from that all the agility that he brings to the class. So I'm so glad that he's here to not only see how his projects have shaped up here, but also to look at and see how his projects were conducted compared to the other projects that other teams have undertaken. And I'm also very thankful to Professor Dick Bard and Professor Olenek for being here. I don't know if they're going to be here for the entire session, but I'm so glad that you're able to spend some time with us. So most of you have received the agenda that I sent 2-3 weeks ago. As you know that this is equivalent to your final exam, final presentation, which carries 60% of the total grade point that we have. I can make it higher if you want. So, the approach is going to be, as I have mentioned, that the focus has been on this premise approach, which is, I have named it Project Repository for EMIS, which is based on my master project plan and the QMS, Quality Management System, that I've been practicing in the real world, and also use the MPP as my capstone concept in my project management class. So when I was asked to conduct the senior design class, I was trying to see how it is that we can bring it as close to the real world as possible. So approach always has been that I'm going to treat you as if you just joined a professional consulting company, a company that provides solution, because obviously the whole thing was aimed at coming up with a solution to a problem that might be a nagging problem for an organization. But approach that I wanted to take was, it's not the solution that is important. It is approach to the solution as well as the delivery of the solution. It's like going to a very fine restaurant, and you can be fed as a carry-out, or you could be treated there with a nice ambiance, with the table, with the full entourage of attendants, the service and everything. So you come out with an experience, you feel that it was worth it. So while solution is important, but the way we deliver the solution, the way we approach the problem, the way we approach the client in doing the requirements gathering, is actually a lot more important. A lot of times you may never get to the solution and the project may get terminated. But you still could have a very good experience going through that. So my approach always has been that let us walk through, let us live that experience and walk through that. So you're going to share with your team, one team at a time. Each team consists of 3 players. So the way I have organized is that You have 25 minutes. The first thing is you have to come and state the problem statement. And then introduce your understanding of this whole premise concept, which goes from requirements, from goals, requirements gathering. We talked about RSDs, including even the moms, the minutes of the meetings, the agenda, and then leading to the MPP, and then finally the solution that you are delivering. So one of the members has to introduce your approach to premise. Then we would like to hear how it is that you did the requirements gathering and the analysis of the data that you collected. Okay? Then we would like to hear from another team member your approach to the solution and what were the alternatives and why it is that you picked the solution that you have adopted and how it is that you delivered the solution to the client. All within the context of this premise. And then we'll have a few minutes for Q&A. So you have all been prepped. I'm sure that we're going to have fun doing that. Both Mr. Paul Blake and Mr. Jason Bertram have been intimately walked through this over the years, the last 15, 20 years. So they are also very familiar with this methodology that I've been preaching for the last 15, 20 years. So let's wow them with what you have learned. Let's also wow them with the solution that you have come up with for the problems that you have taken on. Okay? So with that, I would invite team one over here and get started. So please keep it to 25 minutes, including Q&A.